And the fourth and final session of Winchester's Fall Town Meeting has just adjourned. So let's cover what happened tonight. The first item on the business was to skip to Article 33, which was a report from the Community Preservation Act Committee. We heard that the adoption of the CPA, Community Preservation Act, the funds could be used for open space, historical preservation, affordable housing, and recreation uses. The state would provide some matching funds should the town decide to adopt the CPA. The article for adoption will be presented to next spring's town meeting, and then a townwide vote could be taken in November of 2024. A committee would be formed to recommend allocation of the funds raised by this. This would be raised, the committee is recommending a 1.5% surcharge on the real estate taxes, which would raise, they said, about $2 million a year, address some of the highest needs in the town. They also said if it had been passed 10 years ago, it would have a significant effect, about $50 million, addressing some of the needs that were addressed by the Capital Committee on this town meeting, such as repairs to the town hall bell tower and some of the school roofs being historic buildings. Again, that was just a warrant article to accept the report and place it on file, so it was unanimously passed. We went back to Article 30, which was an article to change the way the members of the Finance Committee are appointed and reappointed. This is a citizen's petition. The previous article was voted down and definitely postponed, rather. So this article was to change the town's bylaws on the way the Finance Committee members are appointed and reappointed. The first item of business was that the town meeting did not get 7-day advance notice of this as is required by the rules, so it was required a vote by town meeting members to waive that rule, which they did. Again, it deals with the appointments of new members. It changes the majority majority vote of the appointing committees. It deletes the immediate past chair of the Finance Committee from this appointing committee. And for reappointments, it removes the chair of the Select Board and replaces it with the chair of the Board of Assessors, just for reappointments. And we heard comments, the Finance Committee is a demanding volunteer job and it should be non-political. There is no policy in our bylaws for the appointment and reappointment of Finance Committee members. And we heard that reappointments should be considered ahead of new members, again, by the petition. The Select Board said they were unanimously opposed to it. They made a motion to indefinitely postpone it, which failed. The Finance Committee was favorable, not unanimously, but voted favorable action and said that experienced members of the Finance Committee are very valuable. One town meeting member said, quote unquote, it was a naked power grab, unquote, by the Finance Committee that locks in the current members. Another town meeting member said the new appointment procedure differs from reappointments and inhibits, in his opinion, her opinion rather, inhibits people from applying to boards who, when many want to stay on the current board. There was an amendment to allow former members of the Finance Committee to serve on the committee. That did pass. A town meeting member moved the question. That failed. However, the most drama of the evening came when the town clerk came up and informed town meeting that the chart provided to the moderator requiring a 2/3 vote for indefinite postponement was incorrect, and indefinite postponements only require a majority vote. So that would have ended debate much earlier on this Article 30, so debate resumed. There was a motion to refer this to the Committee on Government Regulations, again, something called the Bicentennial Committee, which I had to admit I'm not familiar with, but I did, during the break, spoke to several members that said there is a committee, I'm not sure of the exact name, but that committee should review this. So basically, town meeting said they passed that, so the whole article has been sent for review by this Committee on Government Regulations. After recess, we came back for Article 31, which was from the Conservation Commission to Conservation Committee to create a permanent street tree committee as required by state law, consisting of 5 members, which were listed in the warrant. That passed. Article 32 was the annual report of the Personnel Board for pay changes and classification changes. There were 6 motions there, some requiring financial considerations, transfers of money, but all passed. Articles 34 and 35 are basically housekeeping articles. Those were both indefinitely postponed, and that wrapped up town meeting. Spent a lot of time on some of these articles with, in my view, some of the comments less than civil, and I think the town moderator did a pretty good job of controlling them, but there does seem to be a lessening of civility in this meeting, which hopefully will be resolved and everybody can get back to disagreeing in a polite and respectful way. Anyway, that wraps up our coverage of the Winchester Fall Town Meeting. I want to thank you for joining us, and thank you to the WinCAM crew here at the high school through all 4 sessions, bringing these to you so that you can be informed about what's going on with your town government. So for all of us here at WinCAM, I'm Allan Eyden. Thank you. Have a great night.